have a nice, quiet experience. So laying on your back in a big X shape, go ahead and close your eyes and just take a couple of deep, slow breaths. And just feeling the cradle of the ground holding you. And begin to tune into the innate rhythms within your own body. The whirring and the functioning of all the different processes that keep us alive and healthy. And then taking one more big breath into the nose and hold the inhale as long as you can comfortably. And then through the mouth, a gentle sign, exhale. And just feel the heaviness of your bones. From here, you're going to start to gently contract the abdominal wall in. Gently imprint your lower back towards the ground. And then you're going to contract, bend the right elbow and the right knee towards one another and stretch the other side out. This is known as the X's. This is a modern dance warm-up. And then slowly press back out with those fingers and toes. And do that side to side 3 times. Bend the left elbow and left knee, almost like a marionette. And stretch the other side out long. And then softly re-extend yourself back out. And do that again. Deep contraction of one side. Extend the other, and then press yourself back in that big X shape. And again, contract the left elbow, left knee together along the side of your body. Stretch the other side out, and then exhale, going back out. And you're trying to really motivate from your core body here. So an exhale to help bring you into that contracted state. And then a big, long reach. And one more time, big contraction on the left side. And then slowly extend. Now contract on the right again. This time keep curling all the way over to your side in a small ball. Really draw the head towards the knees and scoop the stomach in. Stay on your side. Ooh, that's sticky, now it's sticky. And start to stretch yourself out into a big, long X shape of balancing on the right side. Go back to the contracted ball shape. And then out into your X shape one more time. Other side, contract the left side, curl all the way into a tight ball. Slowly yawn that open on your side, stretch out the fingers and toes. Find that scoop, come back into the contraction. And then peel, melt yourself almost into the ground. One more time like that, keep curling in on the right. Keep curling all the way over. Big stretch, arms and legs extend. Contract back into the belly. And then melt your bones back into the ground as you come back into your big X. And last side, curl in on the left. Slowly yawn that open, stretch. Contract back in. And then a big X shape. Go back over into your little ball on the right side. Support your head as you need to. And then from there, you're going to stay on the right side and just gently swing in a little bent knee shape, parallel attitude. And just swing that top leg. Your left hand can be in front of you like a prop. And just swing that top leg forward and back, nice and easy. Keep using your abdominals. Feel the sense of moving the limbs from the center of the wheel, which is your abdomen and your back. Good, and then the next one kind of cartwheel you over to the other side. So let your left knee open, roll to the back, and then just over to the other side. If you need to adjust your space, welcome to. And again, you can cradle your bottom head and just a little parallel swings. Using the abdomen, big full breaths. Good, and then roll yourself onto your back. Bend your knees. Place your feet flat on the ground. Bend the elbows like a cactus shape and slowly roll the hips up. And then roll your hips down. Just a gentle rolling bridge to wake up the spine before we do a little more abdominal work. Rolling up. and rolling down. And throughout this entire class, I recommend that you feel more and more the sense that your breath is your own innate metronome. You're creating the rhythm within. Good, and then roll your hips back down. Place your hands behind the head and contract the elbows in towards your knees. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Push your head a little bit back into your hands. And then use your scoop like we've been learning hopefully in all your Pilates classes this week. Pressing the stomach wall down and flat. Keep your right knee and extend your left leg out in a high diagonal. And then pull the right knee to your chest and switch. One knee in, one leg out, back and forth, a set of 8. Give your leg a little double pulse if that does not hurt your knees and your hips. But really think of, again, moving from the center, elbows wide, pump from the back, and breathe. Last set. Bring both knees in, rest your head for a moment. Holding your ankles, exhale, stomach in, curl back up, push your tailbone down, and then stretch your arms up into a V, into the ceiling, and then squeeze your legs together, reach them away. So you're making kind of a V with your body. And then circle your arms wide and around, and then gather your knees in and bend them. Do that again. Press your low back down. Stretch your arms and legs away. Try to lift up off the shoulder blades. And then exhale, sweep around and grab your ankles. Again, big stretch out, squeeze your bottom, reach out. Exhale, big sweep, grab your ankles. And last one, big extension, sweep it up. Exhale, gather the ankles, rest your head and rock your head out. Place both hands behind both thighs and just do a little gentle can-can. One leg up, one leg down. And just have fun with this one. You could pretend we are in a, fin de siècle, Paris at the Moulin Rouge. And just do a little can-can here, having fun. Maybe this is your average Saturday morning, who knows. And then from there, bend both knees, extend both legs up, point your toes, turn your legs out a little bit from the tops of the hips. When you look at your legs, the knees and the toes are turning away from each other, but you're zipping the middle line of the legs together. Keep that, let go of the left leg, lower it halfway like a split, and then curl your upper body up, walk up past your knee towards your calf. Single leg stretch, you're gonna pull that top leg towards your face, pull, pull. Keep your bum down and switch. Keep your turn out and reach out to the bottom leg. Lift the chest slightly. And just know you can always modify this by putting your hand behind your head or lower the head all the way down. Use your abdominals as you switch. Good, now keep going with your feet flexed. Really stretch the Achilles and the calves, opening up the plantar fascia of your feet. Good, very nice. And then bring both legs up. Go back to your turnout. Put your hands underneath your bum. Make sure the hands are wide enough so it doesn't feel like you're just crushing your hands. And then press the elbows wide and your waistline down. Keep your turnout as strong as you can. Squeeze the back of the legs together by the bottom. And then lower the legs together, only as far as you can keep your low back flat. Use your exhale, slowly come back up. And again, I really urge you to err on the side of caution here and recruit and keep the connection to your stomach and your lower back strong. And then reach to the back of the legs to come back up. And again, squeeze again that kind of informally known underbutt area, the base of the hamstrings. And one more time, lower and lift. Bend your knees, remove your hands. Hands one palm over the other behind your head. And then curl the head, neck, and shoulders up for crisscross. Extend the left leg out. Keep your right knee bent and twist your left elbow to it. Look behind you. Bend, inhale, center. Exhale, up and over to the other side. Think here now like a drawn bow and arrow. Dynamic reach. Maintain that steadiness of your hips. Learning to find freedom in your limbs without losing your core connection. Good, and one more time. Be easy on the neck. Try not to yank on the neck. Bend both knees, grab your thighs, and rock and roll along the spine or roll to one side. And then you're going to find your way all the way back into downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here and just stay there for a moment. One more deep breath in and out. Good, and then from downward facing dog, go ahead and just gently walk your feet forward towards your hands. Separate your feet hip distance apart or a little wider. Generous plie with the knees, bending the knees over the second toes, and then catch a hold of opposite elbows. Take care of your body. If this is a lot on your back, bend the knees more. And again, trying to find that hip hinge. That's a signature of both yoga and dance, really working on having forward folding happen from the pelvic tilt. Now support yourself by drawing the stomach up and in, but then find freedom and ease of the head and the neck and the shoulders. Just 2 more breaths, creating a relationship between your feet and the floor. Finding those roots in order to rise. Good, and just let the fingertips come to the ground. Separate your feet a little bit wider. And you're just going to bend one knee at a time and just go for a little sway. Imagine you're making figure 8s with your fingertips in sand. Bending one knee at a time. Again, you can pull the abdominals in. You can always look forward a little bit if that feels better on your back. But play with that sense of creating. Find that tactile connection between your hands and the floor. Pulsing from side to side, just find that innate rhythm within your own body. And then bringing that to a close, come back to center, walk your feet forward and into one another. And then Ardha Uttanasana, slide your hands up onto your shins, half fold, look out. Firm your thigh muscles and lift your sits bones, pull the ribs in. Dive as long as you can, all the way down, grab your ankles and work your balance here. Close your eyes, invite in where your proprioception has to take over for your sense of sight. Scan your body, awareness 360 degrees all the way around. And then slowly and steadily go ahead and roll yourself up to stand. You can bend your knees as much as you need to do that. Pull the stomach up and in. Super slowly, stack the spine. And just take a little body wave, circle the shoulders up, back, and down. You may need to widen the feet a little bit. Bend the knees, stick your head and tail out, and then tuck the head and tail in a C curve and roll back up. Be gentle with the spine as you go into extension, and then curl it up into contraction. And just starting to play with, again, the ways that our back moves. The spine is the central processing for the rest of the body to move. And then one more time, stack that up. And just from there, bring your arms out side to side. Reach your hands out. Turn one palm up, one palm down. And let's just release the neck. Tilt your head in one direction, stretch toward that. And then bring the head in the other direction. So ear to shoulder, but actually don't touch the shoulder to the ear. Let the shoulders drop. And then just back and forth here. Now after a little softening of the knees, and let this turn into kind of a liquid sway with your body. And I invite you to let go of any sense of self-consciousness, of really let this be a time for yourself to feel. We all have an incredible source within us because we are 75+% water. Finding that sense of liquid movement within. And that liquid movement I find to be incredibly beneficial in daily life because then you start to move more like a big jungle cat. That grace, that ease, that suppleness. Good, and then let this little sway come to a resolve. Stretch down through your feet and then lift your arms up overhead. If you're not facing the top of the mat, come towards it. Sun salutation A. Exhale, bow forward, bend your knees as much as you need to. Hands upon the shins, stomach in, look out. Hands down, lightly walk both feet back into a plank position, top of a push-up. Shift your weight forward. Please use your knees as needed. And then lower chaturanga dandasana to the floor. Point your toes, pull your forearms slightly back. Low cobra, lift. Exhale, sit back to your heels, child's pose. Pull the abdominals in as you sit back. Rock your hips a little side to side here. And just please know that child's pose is the universal place of rest whenever you need a moment to yourself.
Beautiful place of introspection, of dumping all the worries of the mind out into the ground, out into the mat. There's a saying of a great performance that they leave the blood on the floor. And while we don't have to take that literally, I love this idea that it's like the blood, sweat, and tears are just coming out. So in what way can you infuse your practice with a sense of purpose, artistry? What is it today that you'd like to express in this world? And just take one more full breath in and out. Take that in, breathe. And as you're ready, ripple forward, cat and cow, like a wave. Inhale, the hips may press forward a little bit. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. And exhale, round. Good, just a few more. Inhale, arch. And push the floor away, round. Good, inhale, arch. And this time as you round your back, wag the head and tail side to side. Tuck the toes under, neutralize the spine. Adho Mukha Svanasana, bend knee, downward dog. And then slowly start a little tread here if you haven't already. Move yourself forward enough on the mat so you can extend one leg behind you and out to the side without kicking anything. And then reach the right leg up and behind you. Firm your buttocks. And then swing the leg out to the right, still straight, and then down to the other ankle. You'll notice the weight will want to go over to the left. Try to use your core strength as you take these big leg circles to keep things nice and stable. Good, and reverse. Out to the side, back behind you, and together. Big full breaths. Good. Next time your leg is back out and behind you, bring your knee in towards your nose. Exhale, forward like plank. Do that 2 more times. Big kick up and back. Think of like you're palming a basketball with the hands, practicing Hasta Bandha, or that feeling of blocking lift to the center of the palm. And 1 more time. Exhale, lift as you bring it forward. Step your foot all the way forward. Low lunge. Lower the back knee. Pad your knee as much as you need to. And move the 2 feet apart, forward and back, but also a little bit right to left. So it's going to be maybe a little wider stance than you used to for stability. Climb up onto the front thigh. And then swing the arms up, port de bras, inhale up. Exhale, side bend over. Sweep that back up. And we're just going to go side to side like this 5 times. So it's not about touching the floor, but really feeling again this now lateral spinal wave. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, reaching over. And again, here, feel where are your roots? And then where can the branches, if you will, really move with freedom? And 1 more time, side to side, work your core. And as you start to feel a little bit of heat now, deepen your breath, connect to that heat building. And then both hands up, like a flamenco dancer, just circle the wrists as your arms go wide down into the floor. And then step yourself back, downward dog. If you'd like 3-legged vinyasa, if you're feeling ready for that this morning here, inhale, plank. Both feet to the mat as you take it down. Cobra or upward dog, whatever you are ready for. Lift from your lower stomach. And then push the floor away back to downward. Move the feet a little forward, square and anchor your shoulders. And then left leg up, out to the side and down. You may need to adjust yourself. Up, out, and down. Really kick out through that left heel. Firmly flexed foot. Working the strength of our outer rotators. Reverse out to the side, reach it back, and bring the legs together. Keep recruiting from the outside of the right hip and buttocks as well. And last one, swing that out, bring it back, and then knee to nose, exhale, knee to chest. Soft and easy. Again, find a sense of fluidity, grace, knee to nose. Third one, do the full action, and then as softly as you can, step your foot forward. Lower the back knee, move your feet a little bit longer and wider. And then when you're ready to, point your back toes, climb up onto the front thigh. Just take a deep breath here. Swing the arms up overhead. Really dig down into the front heel. That's the key, is really find the hamstrings on that front leg to help you stay stable. And then just little waving side bends. Port de bras over and up. And again here, any choice that you like. but make sure the hands are actually going through something, like you're moving through a viscous liquid, like you're creating. I always think of the cauldron and the three witches in the beginning of Macbeth. Let's create some witchy magic here. And then one more time, bring that up. Circle the wrists all the way back and down. And then step yourself back, down dog, or again, three-limbed vinyasa if you were ready for that this morning. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Both feet down, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Wrap your shoulders, lift your stomach. Exhale, back to down dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good, right leg raises again. This time, step your foot all the way forward, right away. Move your feet open, hip distance apart. Now feel that sensation that your back heel is really high and you're pulling the two inner thighs, kind of find that underbutt feeling on both legs. And then from there, stack up onto the front leg, or as you're ready, bring your arms straight up. Know that balance is impermanent. And it's more about how you kind of deal with that and resolve. So if you lose your balance, don't lose your mental focus. Just jump back in again. It's like, take it till you make it a little. Now, when you inhale, you're going to find your swan-like arms this morning. You're going to bend the elbows like you're pushing something away and straighten the front leg. Now lead with the bent elbows and feel your graceful swan arms and lift back up as you bend the front knee. And 5 times, find your drishti or focus forward, head over the hips, and then find that rippling through the arms. Elbow, wrist, fingertips. Elbows, wrist, fingertips. Easy breathing. Draw the navel to the spine and press down to the ball of the front and back foot. Good, next time you come up, go ahead and stay there. Turn the palms to face one another. Big reach up. And then exhale, tent up onto the fingertips, frame the front foot. And just 3 times straighten and bend the front leg. As you do this, notice where your breath goes in your body. See if you can feel it more into the back. And then next time you bend the front knee, vinyasa, or just hold your down dog if you're feeling this is a little vigorous for this morning. But again, here, endurance, breath, connection to why you're moving. Left leg up, left foot forward, high lunge with swan-like arms. Come on up, pull those 2 inner thighs together. Inhale. Bring the arms down as you bend the elbows, you straighten the front leg, like you're pushing the floor away. And then lift up, like you're bringing the floor to you as you bend the front knee. And bend, open the chest, and then flutter, leading with the elbows, wrists, and fingertips. So let it be now a little bit less about the endpoints and more about the flow of going through the movement. Breathing nice and easy. Good, and last one. Find your inner swan here. Turn the palms to face one another. Big reach up and back. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. Straighten and bend the front leg 3 times. Parshvattanasana modification. Breathing deep. Feel the sense of roots of your feet rise from the pelvic floor. Good, and one more time, vinyasa. Bend the front knee, step yourself back into plank. Inhale there, exhale lower. Roll over the feet, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Lift your thighs and point your toes. Exhale all the way back over the feet. Downward dog, and take a big belly breath in. A deep, soft breath out. Good, one more set, right leg up. Step your right foot forward, warrior 1 or high lunge, yogi's choice. Turn the back heel down and in. Warrior 1 is a little shorter stance, usually than a full high lunge. You can always move the feet in a little bit. Now here, you're going to, here I'll face you. You're going to cross your arms like you're giving yourself a hug. And then you're going to dive forward as the arms go back. And then you'll swing the arms up and that stacks you up to standing. So again, don't worry about which elbow's on top. Cross your elbows. Bow forward as the arms go back. Push against the front foot as you bring yourself all the way up. And do that 3 more times. Cross. Stomach and tailbone under you. Stack using your stomach and back. And then see if you can start to let the head follow the movement. Big breaths. One more time. Bow as the arms go back. Good. Sweep the arms up overhead. Now find the stillness. Big breath in, straighten the front leg. Exhale, reach out and over, your Horton moment here. So you're finding your Alvin Ailey moment, reach those arms forward, pull the right hip back. Good, that's it. Now think of lifting your chest a little bit forward of the arms. Exactly, good. So again, you're not collapsing from your mid-back, but really extending through the front of your chest. Good, rise all the way back up. Bend your front knee, hands down, and step back into plank position. Yogi's choice, again, you can always just press back to down dog. Otherwise, from plank, take it through chaturanga. In upward dog, stretch to the inner part of the ankles. Make sure you're really reaching parallel with your feet. And then all the way back. Take a long breath in. Deep sighing breath out. Shake your head up. Shake your tailbone. Good, last side, left up, left forward. Virabhadrasana A, warrior one or high lunge. Circle up. And again here, cross one arm in front of the other. As you dive forward, the arms go back. And as the arms reach from behind you, you ripple up, rotating from the shoulders. So cross, dive forward as the arms go back. Ripple tail to head as the arms circle up overhead. And 3 more. Have fun with this. Don't worry if the arms confuse you. Just let this be again about that spinal wave and your self-expression. One more. Good, and then find the stillness. The classic pose here of wrapping the spiral of the body to the left, pulling the left hip down. Now straighten the front leg. Keep that sense right here. Try this, everyone. Keep spinning the little finger side of your hands in a little bit more. And just know you can always come to cactus arms if it's too much under. It's fine. And then lift. Keep that wrap of the little fingers. And think of leading with your chest forward. And find a little more extension, but your back muscles are really working. Push the floor away with the front foot. Scissor the left hip back and soften your jaw. Lift the chest and eyes just a little bit, reach forward. And then push to the back heel to help you come up. Vinyasa, last time, step it back. Again, either hold down dog or move through chaturanga and upward dog. Big breath. All the way back. Good, we did it. Take a deep, deep breath in. Bend both knees, lift both heels, and just stretch out the arches of your feet. And then extend the legs up on your toes. Look between the hands. And then just tiptoe as high as you can on those toes. All the way forward towards your hands. And then lower the heels when you get close. Soften the knees. Hold the stomach in. Roll up oh so slowly. Recruiting that underbutt. Engage the base of the hamstrings to support you. Swing the arms overhead as you stand up. Straighten your legs. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands to prayer. Close your eyes for a moment here and just take it in. Feel the thrum of the blood flow, that feeling of just being awake and alive. Good, and then open your eyes, bring your feet. So they're no wider. This is the good way to measure parallel. Take 2 fists. And then walk kind of the joints of the big toes around that. For most of us, that's roughly hip distance apart. I know sometimes that can be like kind of an amorphous thing, where people are like, stand hip distance. You're like, I don't know what that is. So that's a good way to start to find that. Now tracking, put your hands on your inner thighs. Imagine you're trying to push your feet out laterally away from one another. That should turn on the abductors or the outer hips. Keep that. Try to squeeze your inner thighs and inner knees slightly together right where your hands are. So what we want to try to find is a marriage and a kind of symbiotic relationship between using outer and inner hips as we take our pliés. Place your hands on your hips now. Lift your rib cage, lift your chest. But then when you do that, fold the floating ribs into your back so there's like an elegant shelf of support for your mid and upper back. Arms reach forward, bend your knees. Now pause there, bring your arms fifth in front like you're holding a big basket of apples or something, watermelon summer, and then look at your knees and second toes. Make sure they're nice and parallel, and then straighten the legs by pushing down evenly through heels and toes and reach the arms down. And we do that again, plie, just to the place where your ankles stay, again, your heels stay on the ground, and then straighten. Good, now add that C-curve contraction. Little Martha Graham moment for your day. and then straighten. And then you're going to bring the arms up into a high V. Extend the chest, look out a little, and then push that down. And just again, your little contraction plie, in and straighten. High V and straighten. 2 more, and contract and straighten. Try not to fall into the ankles. Push the floor away continuously. 1 more set, contract in and straighten. And then high extension, back to center, very carefully. Grand plie, or you can always stick with demi, bend. Start to let the heels lift at the very last moment. Don't sink all the way down. Get that butt underneath you. Yes, and then slowly lower the heels as soon as you can. Straighten the legs, high V, releve. Squeeze those inner thighs, lift your heels up. And slowly float that down. 2 more times, demi. Slowly start to elevate your body down. Keep lifting the crown of the head up. Butt underneath you, head stacked over the hips. Slowly lift, push the heels down as soon as you can. And then as you straighten, releve, option, high lift of your chest rise. Float it down 1 more time, and demi. When the demi can't go any further, that's when the heels start to lift. Head back, hips under. Nice, everyone. Push the floor away as your heels root. And then press the floor away, high release, releve. Lower the heels, lower the arms. Turn your feet out 1 at a time. First position. We are not auditioning for Kirov, so do not crank that turn out. What I mean by that is wherever your feet go naturally, don't judge that experience. Trust that that's your range of motion for right now. Put your hands on your hips. Right down lower than the hip points now to where the femur bones are. Bend your knees a little bit and just take a little pulse. And then again, take a moment. Technique is so important. That's why we always go over this. Look at where your knees are tracking. You want to have them tracking roughly between the first and second toe. Now, as you straighten your legs, you don't want to grip your buttocks, but you want to think of like a corkscrewing action of your thighs, externally rotating as you straighten your legs. So go back to the Pilates mat work that we did in the beginning of class. Bend your knees, tailbone long. Find that turnout and then stretch your legs from there. Very nice. Now adding our arms. Plie, contract. Straighten. Oh yes, up high V. And arms down. Oh, this song is way too low. Such an amazing one for plies. 5, 6, let's get together. And 1, 2, up, 3, 4, and high. V and straight. Again, a little faster. High. 1 more time. And contract. And straighten. And high. Now slow it down. Grand plie, bend. Start to bring your arms forward. Try to keep your heels together as long as you can. And then as the heels come down, the arms go out to the sides. And then stretch your arms up a little lift. And again, grand plie. Draw your heels forward as you lower. And then it's like you're picking up a big basket as you lift. And then present that to the audience. It's all your flowers from your, stunning debut. 1 more time, lower. Hips under. Now use the pelvic floor muscles, lift. And bring that out to the side. Good. Keep wrapping the thighs together, port de bras. Lift your hips. Send your body forward, dive down. Now pick up that basket of flowers as you roll up. Bring your arms up high, fifth up high. Good, and then go into that high release up and back. Bring your arms back, side, a la seconde. And again, keep wrapping those thighs apart. Try not to have your weight go back too much. Roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Pull the stomach in and under. Step into the heels as you stand up. And then big high release up and back. Arms a la seconde. 1 more time, dive it forward. Keep working that turn out. Roll that up. Open high release, big stretch. Back to center. Point tendu, right foot out. I'm going to mirror you. Roll down, toe, ball, heel. Walk your feet a little bit wider, still in your turned out shape. Demi-plies here. Contract as the arms go forward. Straighten the arms, lift. Up, high, and straighten. A little faster. 1, up, high, up. 1, up, high, up. Breathe, ladies. 1, up, high, up. And now slow it down. Grand plie. This time your heels are going to stay on the ground. Push your thighs open. Open the arms again. Present your basket of flowers to the audience and find that little lift under the arms. And again, low. You may wish to separate your feet a little bit wider. It's okay if the knees go beyond the toes, but you just want to feel straight in the knees and then reach it out. One small thing, everyone. We're not hitchhiking here, so bring those thumbs in. Lower. Lower. Now as you lift, lift from the underarms and out to the side. This time you're going to side port de bras. Left arm over to the right, right arm low. Now come into your play and your contraction, arms overhead. Go over to the other side, side port de bras. And then come back up. Other side. Left arm low. Bend both knees, round forward like you're making a big circle with your body. Straighten your legs as you go to the right. Woo, keep your balance. And out to the side. Lift up. Elevate. Keep pressing your ankles forward, your heels forward. Find a high release of the chest. And then lower, just a little demi-plie. Yeah, let's just move around a little. So if you want to change the position, just let yourself move. If it's helpful for you to close your eyes and just get into that experience of getting into the groove for yourself, please do so. And just move it around, shake it out. Feel that bounciness, that feeling that you can really play, almost like a cat meeting at a pillow with your feet. Let your head go. Just the last few minutes here, find your groove. High kicks optional. And then start to slow that down. Bring yourself all the way back into parallel, this time feet together. Arms reach forward, fist in front. Lift your right heel up. Ponies. Slowly lower that heel as you lift the other. And back and forth now. Up, up, up. This is when this song should have come in. We had an early preview. This is my favorite Prances song. Good. Now, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn it out. First position. Second position. And now go to the left, hold attitude. To the right, hold attitude. To the left, go back to parallel and 3 little steps. 1, 2, 3. Arms in front of me. 2, 3, 4. Don't worry, you'll get it. Do it a few times. First position, turn out. Work on not rocking side to side, body nice and centered. Second position. Point your toes, push off of the floor. Now go to the left, the right, left. 3 little jumps. And one more. 2, parallel ponies. 6, 7, turn down. First position. Second position. Breathing. Hold your attitude. 1. Attitude. Attitude. Jump, jump, jump. Good. Shake that out. Turn to the side so you have room to swing your leg forward and back. And in fact, if you have hardwood floors, something not sticky, I find that's much better. First position. Point tongue to your back, your right foot back. Now as much as you can, lift your stomach and your hip up. Pick that foot up and find attitude. Your knee is bent, your knee is turned out. Now slide through first position. Find point tongue in front of you. Pick up your thigh with your knee turned out. Attitude devolved. You're going to go back and forth like that. You can keep it low. And brush. As you may be experiencing, this is as much about the standing leg as it is about the working leg. And again, if you want to challenge yourself to go a little further, keep working that rotation from the standing bum cheek. Good. Now bring the legs together. Little demi-plie, drop your body. Roll it up, point tendu, back, left. Lift your foot, attitude. Here we go. 1, 2. Start small. Keep working that standing leg. This is where you're welcome to hold on to a wall or a chair. Keep going for another 8. Standing leg as still as possible. Good, and then bring your legs together. Little release, plie. Straighten the legs. Passe développé. Point your right toes. Point your right toes against the left calf. Now draw a line as the arms come up to your knee. Gently turn your knee out. Lead with your heel. Extend the leg forward and your arms out. Now bring them all back together. Passe. À la seconde. Turn your inner thigh forward as your leg goes out to the side. And then lift to bring that back. Slide the foot down. Other ankle. Draw up. Passe développé. Extend forward. Pull that together. Find your core. Keep lifting up out the standing side and really stretch your knees out. Bring it in and lower down. Now you can see the same direction, but behind you. You can bring the arms forward like a double arabesque. Bring that in. A la seconde. Bring it in. Slide it down. And then change. Left toes up. And reach the arms forward. Keep lifting up out of that right hip. Bring that back in. Pull that right hip under you as you stretch out to the side. Bring the toes down. Lower. You're going to shake that out. Take a little spiral of the upper body. Or whatever feels good. You just feel now that ease with which you can stand on your own 2 feet after standing usually on 1. And then one more time, circle the body. Take it in. Slowly stand. Very nice, everyone. Find your way back onto your mat. You have good heat going? Yeah? Good. Once you find yourself at the top of the mat, hands to prayer position. Bend your right knee. Reach back to the outer, or turn your palm open and grab the inner part of your ankle. Now Tirajasana, Lord of the dance pose, we have to do it today. Kick your left foot up as you kick your right foot back into your hand. Now find that sense like when we were doing our one-legged standing dance work. Lift up out of that standing thigh. Breathe. Slowly bring your knee back into your chest. Both arms up. Float the feet down, float the arms down. Hands to prayer, centering now. After all that flurry of movement, go back to what it is that you brought to your practice today. Reach back. Same arm as leg, either on the inner part of the ankle, or if you're stiffer today, grab the outer part of your foot. No worries. Most important part, pull the low triangle of your stomach up and in, and then stretch up to the right side as you kick back with the left. Work on not looking down, but stretching out that, again, drawn bow and arrow expression here. Slowly bring the knee back up and step down and just release the arms down. Step the right leg back, turn your heel down and walk the feet out into warrior 2. Put your hands across your chest. Usually at this point I'm like, is it Shavasana yet? So just take a gentle little pulse. Now using all of our dance and ballet external rotation here. So whenever you're doing your yoga poses, it's not about cranking the bones, but again, find the sense of like when a screw goes into the wall, there's this oppositional force between the 2 thighs. Now sweep the arms out side to side. Bring your top palm forward and reach forward a little. Reverse warrior, back arm is going to come behind you like you're brushing your bottom. And then you're going to come back up. And then hold your stomach with your front arm and wrap and stretch the other arm overhead. And we'll go back and forth like that. Inhale, extend. Exhale, go back, let the fingertips curl in on one another like 2 long streamers. Lift. And then side angle pose, reach it over. One more time, find that roots in your legs. Big breath to help recover. Soften the jaw. And then reach all the way up. Good, come up, straighten both arms up overhead. Palms face in. Hold the tailbone under just a little bit. Push down to the feet and find as much verticality as you can. Step your back foot in if this feels quite long for triangle pose. Utthita Trikonasana. Try to find your Model T here, your level T. Stretch it out. Support the underside of your rib cage. Spin the chest open. Come on up. Open the arms. You can do that one more time, or challenge yourself to come into half moon Ardha Chandrasana. So you start the same way when your front knee is bent. You reach over. You can definitely look down to start with here. Keep the external rotation with the standing leg. Hip under. And then work on stretching out, and maybe look to the side. Nice, everyone. Smoothly, sort of smoothly step that back to warrior 2. Straighten both arms. Parallel your feet and switch sides. Deep breath in. Hands to the heart as you come into warrior two. And just take a couple little pulses. And really feel that sensation that you're working from the hamstring, the arches of your feet. Again, that driver here is elastic. Now you're just kind of clunking down into the bones. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Start to come into your full iteration of Virabhadrasana B. Maybe widen the stance a little further. And then sweep your arms out side to side. Reach that front palm forward, turn it up. Back arm's gonna wrap behind your lower back. Stretch over, side bend. Come on up, inhale. And then bring that front arm across your belly. Top arm up and over, palm face the floor. And again, let those elbows bend, unfurl. And reach your back. I think imagine that there's a quickened kind of stop motion feeling of watching a fern unfurl. So feel that quality to your arms, to your movement. Moving from the center outward. Good. And then come back up. Straighten the left front leg. Bring the arms up, and again, you may wish to step the back foot in a little bit. Stretch up. Imagine you're holding a block between the palms, but the shoulders anchor down. Up, tilt your hips back to the back heel, and go up and over. Utthita Trikonasana, triangle supported. Firm your front thigh muscles and push away against the ball of your foot. Lift and open the chest. Slowly come back up, and either do that one more time, or step your back foot in, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Start to bend the front knee. This is the key. Keep your standing leg bent at first, but keep pulling the bum under you. Look out to where you want to go. Keep the left side stacked as much as you can to the top side, and then kick out to the bottom foot. Maybe turn your gaze to the side wall. And then oh so smoothly, return that back into warrior two. Good. And then straighten both legs, parallel your feet. Hands to prayer, inhale. Deep exhale here. Reach your arms forward like an offering. Swing the arms out, palms face up. Turn the palms away from you and clasp a hold of opposite elbows, or come into reverse prayer with the shoulders if you like. Good. Now hug the abdominal wall in as you push your heels apart. Lift up. And then let your bum stick up and back a little bit as you forward fold. All the way down. Plug the shoulders back and down. And again, for those who are in reverse prayer, gently, not force, but gently draw the heads of the shoulders away from the ears. And everyone think of reaching your elbows to the ceiling, whatever shape your arms are. Big breath in. Deep sighing breath out. Slowly lower the hands down toward the floor. Lift up enough to turn your toes out to the long two corners of your mat. And again, find your rotation, big wide second position. And then coming into your externally rotated lunge. Side to side. Only go as far as it feels appropriate for your knee. And then if you'd like to challenge yourself, hands to prayer position. Skandasana, the skater pose. So imagine like a graceful ice skater here, floating from side to side. And you can turn your drishti, your gaze, towards the extended toes. Now everyone think of using the pelvic floor muscles a lot. Like a little lift. Good, and then when you're done with that, you might be playing hands to the floor, re-parallel your toes inward. And just one more long forward fold. Big breath in, deep breath out. Take a moment here to turn yourself back to the top of your mat. Step back in a downward facing dog. Shake that out a little. And then lower your knees and sit down, or jump your feet between the hands, cross your ankles, and then sit all the way through. Nice. Make sure that there's some mat space behind you. Lower down towards your elbows. Lower down so your low back is on the mat. Now, here, if you're still working on developing how to round your spine without collapsing, I would say stay on the edge of your back a little bit more lifted, as opposed to it being too collapsed down. You want to feel your back muscles like a corset engaged. Now start to pick your feet up, bring your knees into a small V. The inner corners of your feet are touching. Stretch your legs out, squeeze your bottom. Exhale, pull the knees in toward your ears. Push down to the elbows and pull your waistline towards the floor in a big C curve. And again, out and in. We're getting ready for another Martha Graham moment for your Saturday morning. We're coming into some pleatings. And then lower your feet down. Carefully slide your hands forward. Try not to lose that C curve. You can walk your feet out. And now turn your palms up. Bring them like you're holding kind of a big basket in front of you. And then roll back down to the ground. Push into the feet. Squeeze your seat like you're trying to start a bridge. Keep your hips on the ground now. Exhale. So you can curl all the way up to sit. You can always climb up your thighs. My Pilates friends, this feels a lot like teaser. Exhale, curl in on yourself. And lower down. Big breath in, chin to chest. Squeeze your bottom. Exhale, scoop the stomach in. Sit up. Feel like you're reaching to somebody. And then pull them back with you. Lower. This time bring your arms in a wide circle up. Swing them back down by your hips. Come up. Curl the chin to your chest. Sit up. This time, if you'd like to challenge yourself, reach your right leg out. You can bring your knees together now. And roll back down. Push into the left foot. Arms swing up. Swing the hands down. Curl in. Squeeze your bottom. Exhale. Curl it up. Switch which leg is lifted if you're doing one. And try to have those knees together. And then curl back down. Track that you stay even on the sides of your spine. Hands curl in, palms still facing up, biceps contracted, chest open. Roll it back down with a point out for those left toes. Really stretch for your ankle. And final one, la pièce de résistance, bring both legs up. You can always bend both knees. And then everything down, keep squeezing your butt, don't let your stomach go. You don't have to touch the ground. And then come back up. Big exhale, you got it. And again, you can always bend your knees to a tabletop. Let's start with your hips pulling under. Don't think that this is siesta on the floor, because it's not. And then come back up. Lift, 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 lift. And last one. Let it resolve to the ground. Drop everything and take a big belly breath in. A big belly breath out. Walk your feet underneath you. Feet and knees hip distance apart. Reach your arms back by your ears, hovering them about 3 inches up off the ground like you're trying to give the ceiling a high five. Rolling bridges again. Pull the tail up. Arms come down by your sides. And then roll that back down. Your arms come back towards your ears as the hips roll down. Imagine you're hugging a block or a little exercise ball between the knees, keeping that side-to-side stability. And be sure that this is up on your shoulders, not balancing on your neck when you come to the height of your bridge. Feel the fluidity to your movement. And one more time, roll that up. Stay in your bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Walk the shoulders underneath you, and if you'd like, interlace your fingers. Now come up into your releve and tiptoe the toes a little closer in towards you. Make sure you're not sickling the ankles. Squeeze them inward a little. Lift your back, pull the stomach flat. Now reach your knees and your heart away from one another. Be sure that you're not turning your head here. Keep it neutral. Try to keep the hips and the bottom that engaged. Lower your heels. If that's too much on the knees, you can always walk them out a little bit. Separate your hands and push your palms flat. Bring your right knee into your chest. Step into the left foot. Point your right toes. Reach your right leg up like a beacon. Reach that to the ceiling. 3 steady breaths here. Hug the 2 inner thighs inward lightly. Now cross the right ankle over the left knee like pigeon. And if you want, put your hands on your bottom and push your bottom up and away from you. Pull the abdominals in. Keep your legs in this shape. Just let the hands slide down off of the hips as you roll down. Supine pigeon, your figure 4 stretch to open up your hips. Grab a hold of the back of the left leg with your right knee open. Flex your feet to protect your knees. Gently broaden and spread the sacrum, the very base of the spine, and the tip of the tail toward the ground. And then if you'd like, rock the shape from side to side. Come back to center and extend the left leg up if you'd like to take that a little further, so keeping the right knee across. And you can even climb up that calf muscle and maybe pull the foot and your hips up a little bit over towards your forehead. When that feels sufficient, go ahead and gently release, roll the spine back down, release your feet down to the ground, arms by your side. Re-extend your squaring of shoulders and hips, and then roll the pelvis up. Walk your shoulders a little underneath you, but keep your arms straight down. Push into the sole of the right foot, draw the left knee to your chest. Ekapada Setu Bandhasana, one-legged bridge pose. Pull the tail under and away from your lower back. Hug the inner thighs into midline, and then breathe. Where within effort can you also find freedom? Cross the left heel over the right thigh, slowly. Keep your hips up for just a moment. Push your bum away from you. I always get so excited for the hip opener. And then pull that abdominal wall in as you stretch the tailbone away. Keep that feeling, so you're creating traction in your back as you let go and roll down. Keep the back that long as you pull your foot in. Light flex the feet. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Rock the shape a little side to side. And then finishing, if you did on the first side, stretching the right heel up, keeping the left thigh across. And then maybe walk up towards your calf. Good. And then just watch the hunching of the shoulders. That's just kind of a common one. Yeah. Try to lift more from your abdominals. And then maybe try to lift the hips by pushing that top leg into your hands, using that deep core muscles to maybe roll over, almost like a one-legged plow, perhaps. But again, try not to fling your body into that shape. Find that smooth articulation down the back. Release your legs. Stretch your feet to the floor, arms overhead. Big inhale to the nose. Exhale to the mouth. Draw your knees to your chest, and then your choice, rocking forward and back, or roll over to one side. Turn to the long side of the mat, and bring your feet together. Make sure your bum is near the back of the mat. And then Baddha Konasana, or your butterfly shape. My favorite, the baby ballerina workout here. You're going to curl the tailbone under, roll back a little bit to the back of the sits bones. And then stack your hips and lift the chest. Really push your heels against one another and then bow forward. So you want to use the muscles, not only stretch them on your hips. Come back up. C curve, round back. Try to use your stomach rather than collapsing the chest. And then push down against your ankles as you roll up. And then dive forward and enjoy that release. And then one more time like that, lift. Round back. Lift and fold. Take an extra breath here, and once more, find that root of what brings you to movement. What is the essence that this coming home to our movement and our body allows for you to experience in your life, allows you to share with other people. And how can this joy of movement translate to action, to creation, maybe in some totally different arena of your life? And then slowly roll your spine back up. Bring your knees together. Swing your legs over to one side and just find your way slowly up to standing. Reverence. Come to your gentle first position. Does not have to be big. Head low. Find your low fifth position. Hands like you're holding a basket. Lift your arms forward. Lift your eyes. Bring your arms out to the sides like you're saying thank you to the audience. And then bring the arms down and feel the humility of the gesture. Draw down. Keep feeling the corkscrew of the thighs. Reach out. Open. And down. This time, step out to the right as your arms come up. Then you're going to curtsy. Bring your left toes behind you. Bow as you bend both knees. Come up. Step out in the other direction. Bring that foot behind you, crossed. Bend both knees, drop your head. And then one more time, step to first position. Bring the hands to prayer or cross your hands over your heart. Just a final breath. Thanking yourself for this time spent today in celebration, in the joy of movement. And just parallel your feet. Bring your hands in prayer if they're not already to the third eye. And just trust there into our center of intuition. And bowing inward. Namaste.